fresh water to have everyone in the world have fresh water for like 8 years.
Cups wouldn't work anyway, though, because they go in, and you'd lose like an air gap space between the cups.
Not as long as the rims all touch each other and they're square.
Well, because a cup, like you'd have gaps at the edges.
You're saying a square cup.
You'd have to have a.
If the rim is the widest point,
Yeah.
that's the part that catches the water.
No, but if you catch it in a funnel, there's less water in there.
Well, it's all the depth of the cup. That's all that matters. If it's a 4-foot high cup, it's not going to rain that much.
What do you mean if you catch it in the funnel, there's less water in there?
Well, like if
How are you going to miss the water?
Are you saying
No,
because
no.
two cups next to each other, there's a gap?
What is
between
under the
them?
rim counts. If this was a cone, if I was catching it in a traffic cone, there'd be less water inside it.
But if you make a taller cup, then it doesn't make a difference. You're not going to rain enough to fill that cup up anyway. You're not.
He said 8 inches.
So make a 12-inch cup, Gavin. It's just volume. It's just a geometric volume. God damn it.
I love how we get hung up on like the weirdest tiny semantics like that.
As long as the rims are all touching, you're catching all the water.
You can't have all the rims touching on a round cup because there's gaps.
Now
around
you're
the
saying
edges.
round cup. I didn't
Well,
say
no,
what
the
do you mean a
top-
square cup.
the top is round.
I even said if all the cups are square, you're good.
Yeah, he did say that.
All right.
You can
I'll let
even
it
have
go.
a gigantic funnel that runs off into a container at the bottom, as long as the container is big enough to contain all the
If
rainfall from
only
that
there was
area.
a way to contain the water
How
and
many-
then get it
Gavin
into
is
a
saying
cup.
because the bottom of the cup is smaller in width than the top of the cup, you lose water, Gus. Because as it goes down, it becomes
Right.
less water.
It's like-
That's not the way anything works, Gavin.
How many
not the way a
gallons-
single thing works.
How many gallons are there in the ocean?
I got to deal with everybody on the fucking internet for a week now trying to explain to me how Gavin just understood something and was explaining it properly, and you're just fucking wrong. You're just wrong. You're not. If the rims are all touching and you're capturing the water on the surface area where it's falling, you capture all the water.
Only
now,
if the
you
rims
can
are
mess up
square.
and get too small of a cup, and it overflows. But guess where it's overflowing? Into the other fucking cup. So you're fine. Eventually, you get to a point somewhere in that landscape where you overcompensated for cups. It's going to flow into that.
I'm just picturing a jug in the middle of all the cups, raining over all of them, overflowing.
I want some technical institute to make a field of study for Gavin's hypothetical science. Because none of your science, we're talking about cups that are covered the entire state of Texas. There's nothing to apply to that. It's like the world's worst word problems.
What do you mean this doesn't apply to that? What do you mean?
There's no way, no one's ever going to do this. Like, no one's going to cover 80 square miles even. I mean, Texas is hundreds of thousands of square miles. They're not going to cover 80 square miles even with cups. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
Much less square cups. And that's our real problem.
And they're going to make it work, and they're going to find out if they caught enough water.
Right.
That's it. Just get a fucking rain gauge. You're done.
So, according to NOAA, there are 352 quintillion gallons of water on Earth.
Noah?
Quintillion?
That's a coincidence, isn't it?
It's kind of funny. Guy who went into water
never thought of
studies.
that before.
Didn't even
Was that National Ocean and Aeronautic? Nerd.
Can't repeat that.
How
I don't know
many
what
zeros
you
in a
said.
quintillion? That's like 5
It's
sets.
352,670,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000.
Quadrillion.
So it's a billion trillion.
Quintillion.
A billion trillion?
So billion, it's a bi-illion. And a million is a mono-illion.
Right?
A trillion is a tri-illion.
So this is
A quadrillion is a quadrillion. And then the quintillion is a 5-illion. So that's how big it is.
So
It's 5 illions of water.
a billion trillion.
A billion trillion.
Well, a billion is 1,000 million.
Yes.
I
right?
do not like
No.
them, Sam. I am.
Nope.
Billion? Hold on a second. Let me think about this.
Legitimate spit take.
Yeah, I think it's a billion trillions. Yes.
Oh my god.
I think it's a billion trillions. So
Sorry, never tells or anything.
no, it's a million trillions.
The way you just
It's a million trillions.
It's a million. Oh, because
a
a
million-
1,000 trillion
A
would be a
million will
quadrillion.
add 2 more sets of 3 zeros.
what made you do
So it's
that?
a million
He
trillions.
just interrupts himself. Went, oh,
It's like I can go like this and go, wait a minute, I have an idea.
On
microphone.
Twitter, at Victory1140 suggests that the name of that science be Gavology. The science of what?
Is that what?
okay.
Is that W-O-T?
Yeah, of course.
I'll clean this up.
What?
Thank you.
So thanks for that.
I'm gonna play a game with Gavin. I'm not sure exactly how to do this. So I'm trying to work this out.
Fuck me and you, right, Gus?
No, you'll understand
No,
in a
yeah.
second why we can't play.
I'll
Here,
just
I'll
drink.
give you a sheet though. Here, take one of the sheets. Don't show it to
Get
Gavin.
prepared.
Dude,
Don't show it to Gavin.
It's
Should I give one to Gus?
Here, get this. Take this, Gavin.
Give it to
So
me.
Gavin,
Oh.
no, that's for Gavin.
Oh.
Do you want one?
No,
I'll
no,
send
I'm
you the
fine,
notes.
I'm good.
Okay, so here's what I've done, Gus. Nope, don't you fucking read it. So Gavin and I I've printed out 5 stories, individual stories, that I went to the top source on the internet. I went to BuzzFeed. And I got stories from 5 sex stories that will make you gag. So we're going to play the gag reflex game. You and I are going to start reading the first story at the same time, and we're going to see who can get through the most stories. Now, should somebody read out loud, Gus? Like, should we
think you
trade
should
off?
read
There's
them out
5
loud.
stories on here. Looks like that.
Why don't you, read out loud. But no, then you're not doing a one-to-one comparison.
So we have to both just read? Maybe Barbara?
Yeah, you
Should I
both read
narrate?
internally. You both read silently while Barbara reads aloud.
It's just like our Skype conversation.
It is. Gavin used to do this thing where he would find the dirtiest word possible
Or do you
and
want
make me read it.
her to read it to you guys?
So the loser is whoever gags first.
I don't think I've ever gagged at text.
Well, if somebody's telling a story about something?
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah?
do you want
works.
Barbara to just read it and then see which of you
You
react?
remember the story about the guy who was putting the shit in condoms and then eating it later? That story made you gag.
Yeah, I didn't read that, though.
You heard about it, though.
Okay.
Do we have a garbage can on
This is
standby?
going to be the gag
Do you want me
reflex
to
game.
read along as she reads it?
You have to read along as she reads.
All right, am I reading this out loud?
Okay, you ready, Gus? Gus, you call it from this point on. All right, no, don't you go.
I call
read the-
okay, I'm just looking at you guys. I'm going to see who gags first.
And I'm reading this.
Go. Are you ready to read?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
already gagging. when we started.
I read the title.
Someone grabbed a plate. I don't know
All
what
right,
they're
go
planning.
ahead.
All right.
All right, ready?
Plate?
Yeah,
I'm
right.
going to switch over.
This is the vomit vacuum.
3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
My boyfriend and I were on vacation and decided to head into the bedroom for the night. We had a little too much wine, but still decided to have oral sex. I threw up on his penis, and my instant reaction was to suck all the vomit back into my mouth. He later described it as a vacuuming sensation.
Gotta keep reading, gotta
and
keep
thought it
reading,
was
you
a
gotta
pretty-
keep reading.
And thought it was pretty cool. I cried for a
There we
solid
go,
2
Bernie,
hours.
Gavin tried to look away. Gavin really tried to stop reading
Did he look away from his paper?
for a second. I immediately got back on it.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. I can't believe.
Do we have
on the
another trash
first
can we
one-
can stage for Bernie just to be safe?
I had read the story. I had read the story before too. I think I was prepared for it.
What's weird to me is I'd already read that story. I don't know.
Really?
I think I saw that story and read it a few days ago. Oh, there's one behind him?
Oh, there's one behind
Okay.
All right, see if Gav can make it.
Just in case. All right. The baby bird eater.
Wait. We gotta wait for them to get to
All right,
be
go
ready.
ahead.
Okay.
I was getting head from a girl who, to say the least, was extremely adventurous in the bedroom. She insisted I come in her mouth. After all was said and done, I let out a few audible sighs only to end up with her baby birding my own cum into my mouth.
Read it.
She literally fed it to me. She thought it was hot,
Bernie again.
but I was horrified.
All right, I'm not playing this game anymore.
No, guys, get through these. There's 3 more.
I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm 0 for 2.
You literally put these on the sheet.
You could.
I chose it because they were so bad. And I don't know why that one. Did you gag? What was
No,
that?
it's a sneeze. You could win the next 3. You could
How
do
do
this.
you not gag at this stuff?
It's funny. It's really funny.
You know how you don't gag? You just don't picture yourself in the scenario.
You don't picture yourself. I'm not picturing myself in this. Why is that your go-to, Barb?
Because that's usually what makes me gag is if I picture myself doing something.
Come on, Bernie, stick it out. You can do this. You can do this.
All right. So if Gavin gets one more, though, he wins.
Yes.
You got to read it all the way through.
All right. Are you guys ready? No, Bernie's. You ready?
Yeah, I'm
I
ready.
always
This
just
is-
wait
3,
until you gag and then I gag.
This
3,
is the
2,
potty mouth.
1, go.
My best friend's boyfriend was going down on her, and he unfortunately ended up with toilet paper remnants.
Oh, well, Gavin's out. Gavin's out. That might have been record time.
You want me to finish it? Because she
Yeah.
didn't clean herself properly. He had bits of dirty toilet paper between his teeth.
Oh.
Dirty toilet paper, wow.
Oh,
He's like
that
drooling
was a
out my
nasty
nose.
sounding burp.
Oh.
Smells gross too.
Oh my God.
Are we going on to the next one?
Yeah.
2 to
All right,
1.
this is the most shameful walk of all time. I met up with a guy from Grindr, and he had the biggest penis I'd ever seen. I had to take his penis out of my ass because it hurt so bad, and he said, "Damn, you made a mess." I saw what looked like a gallon of beef.
Gavin is out.
What did you
A gallon of what?
a gallon of beef stew.
Oh.
He's walking. Gavin threw in the towel. He's giving up. All right. We're done. I don't want to
still
read any more of this
one
story.
more.
Oh.
Now we're to tiebreaker. It's 2 to 2. Don't look
God.
at it. All right.
Last
I
one.
brought up something there.
There's more to that story, but I won't read it. Last
Okay.
one, the hidden present. My boyfriend came home drunk and wanted anal. We had done it once before, but we were both sober and careful to go slow and use lube. This time he was so drunk he poured lube all over my ass and shoved his dick right in. It hurt so bad I had to stop him after a minute or two. The next morning he went to the bathroom and found shit under his foreskin
Gavin, stop.
that had been there all night.
I did it. I mean, what a comeback.
You want to come back?
Come back just like the baby bird eater story.
Oh, stop it. I'm like all teary-eyed and sweaty now.
Yeah, I'm getting sweaty.
You told. I can't believe you came back. I thought that was it. I thought the next story you were done.
I did not. You've ruined my head. It's all full of mucus.
Someone who is this erock393 on Twitter said, "You can tell who the fucked up people are by not reacting."
I know, you guys are just like taking it in stride.
It's funny.
It's funny.
Oh my god. Here, you want a napkin?
Dude, beef stew.
Oh, stop. Oh my god. I'm gonna die.
Oh my god.
That was a terrible game. I'm sorry I came up with that. I'm sorry I came up with that. I know.
Okay. Yeah. Apparently, other people are also gagging on social media right now.
We need a theme song.
We should just be like a mashup of you guys making vomiting noises.
We would do those at
Yeah.
the end of the podcast.
But to the tune of Gavin or Google.
Yeah.
Right at the
Gavin or gaggle.
Gallon of beef stew.
Oh, there's so much liquid trying to leave my head.
That
My
earlier burp of yours didn't smell right.
What? It was vomit.
It was like guttural. Like I feel like I know what your intestines and your stomach smell like now.
It's all like poison.
Yep.
I've never seen you laugh this hard at anything.
I just had a feeling this was gonna work really well, and then Kevin's never gonna recover now. Oh god. I never get to play Gavin or Google. I always have to host it.
Well, this one you got to play.
Thanks, Matt Marin13. He just said it was the best comeback story.
Oh, stop.
Yeah.
I keep going back to like little nuggets of memory from each story.
Nuggets.
Do you need a break? Do you want a ginger ale?
Let's take 5.
I could be so mean right now and just say things that'll fuck you up. Like nuggets of dirty toilet paper
That was hard to recover.
in your teeth.
Somebody said I just tuned into the podcast. What the fuck?
Yeah, people are, I think, is there nothing sadder in the world than hurting yourself while you're asleep?
That's pretty sad.
I was out, like I mentioned, I was out of town for a couple of days, and I guess like for some reason, like while I was asleep, the first night I was there, like I like twisted my neck or my shoulder weird, and then I was like, ow, like just from being asleep, I hurt myself, and like even
from
now to
sleeping
this
wrong?
point, right? It's like
Yeah.
3 days later, or 4 days later, I'm like,
still got it?
how? Yeah.
I think
once-
I know something worse than that.
What?
Farting yourself awake.
Does that hurt? Does that give you
It
ring
doesn't
sting?
hurt. It's just sad when you realize you woke up because you farted. No, nothing woke you up except your own
Your own-
fucking ass.
your own
Your own
butt.
anus. Was it the feeling or the sound?
The sound.
I thought you were gonna say it was the smell.
You're just like,
The sound woke you up.
it happens a lot.
I
It
once,
happens a lot.
It happens.
You wake yourself up with fart a lot?
Yeah.
I'm
Do you
convinced
have
every
like a
time I
farting problem?
I don't. Are you? Is this a segue?
It's a
into my
little
other
bump.
story?
That's a boom.
Do you have a
So-
small anus?
I don't know. Maybe. It definitely won't make
Compared to
any
what?
beef stew.
Is it average anus diameter?
Like my shits are the shape of a pencil. Is that what does that indicate to you? I have. Is that good or bad?
They come
that
out as
like
like little
Play-Doh?
Play-Doh stars.
Yeah, exactly right.
Do you prefer shits that put strain on your anus, or do you like your anus to do all the talking?
Why would
Oh,
you
God.
prefer
What are you looking at?
strain?
I regret it.
What'd you look up?
I looked up
Shit pencil?
average anus diameter.
Oh my lord! Why?
I was curious.
Why did you image search it
It
first?
goes from like
No,
dot
then,
to
then it went to
goatsy.
like the Wikipedia entry, and it's just like pictures of assholes right at the top.
Oh my god!
There's got to be people who have competitions about that. Ugh. Ugh.
I did not need to see that today. So I told the story at Kind of Funny Live too. This happened to me in San Francisco, and I was sad that.
Were you
Gavin
saying
and
2
Burnie-
was in the second Kind of Funny Live, or as well?
both actually?
Okay.
We did a live Rooster Teeth podcast with the Kind of Funny guys at Kind of Funny Live too. So I had a hotel in San Francisco, and the night before, you know how you could order room service on that little paper that you hang on the door?
Yeah.
You put like a certain time.
The breakfast thing.
And so I was like, all right, I'll put it for 8:30. You know, I got to wake up and start getting ready around 9, so I'll have breakfast come before that.
It's like the greatest thing ever.
It's great. And usually they're pretty on time with it.
It's pretty awesome.
They're either like at the start or like sometime in between that time period.
I wouldn't trust it though with you around. You'd probably switch my breakfast for someone else's.
Probably.
Bitch.
So I put the thing on the door the night before, and I went to bed, and I woke up maybe like 8:15, started getting ready. And I was like by the entrance of the door where the closet was, like looking at clothes I wanted to try on for that day. And I ripped the biggest fart I like ever have in my life. And the second it was over, I heard a knock at the door.
Oh, really?
And it was the room service lady. And she like walked in.
Threw it?
Into my fart.
So you're not worried that you're just worried she like got there too soon?
She did get there too soon.
That's a mental thing though,
she
too.
was 10 minutes early.
Oh, man. So you had it all timed out? 10 minutes is all it takes for you to dissipate?
So if it was like 8:29, would you have held it in?
Probably. I was like, she might be here soon.
So did she push your food through a cloud of your own fart? Like, did your own like fart particles end up like infecting your own food?
Probably.
I would have been like, just take it back. I
It
don't
didn't
need
taste
it
as
after
good
all.
as it usually
Oh,
did.
dear Lord. What do you think, like, I mean, if you work in a hotel, though, you're used to a lot of humanity, right? I mean, like, when I leave a hotel room, my MO is I clean the hotel room just so I don't leave anything behind. Like, I end up throwing away a bunch of stuff. And all those, like, they leave out all those fucking binders about shit you're going to do in the
Yeah.
city or all the service of the hotel. I, like, jam that in the desk drawer as soon as I walk in the place.
Why?
I just don't
'Cause
want.
it's
I don't
offensive?
like any of that stuff around. Because if I see that stuff laying out, it's something that like my brain says it's okay for something to be there on the top of the dresser or wherever it is, and I don't want that. I want when I walk out of the room, I want to look at every surface and they're all empty and I haven't fucking left anything
You
behind.
walk into the room and like hide the iron and the lamps under the table.
That's in the closet, dummy.
Take the light bulbs out of the light.
I kick the air conditioning unit out of the wall, kick it down to the parking lot.
Did you ever hear what I did to Gavin?
I do that in airplanes, by the way, too. Especially international flights.
You rearrange-
Take all the shit out of the pocket and put it in the overhead bin.
Really?
That's so annoying for them.
And then I put my bag on top of it.
But
But then I have a pocket all to myself. I don't have their fucking magazine, their goddamn Sky Mall.
well, the safety thing, they're gonna have to put that back.
They have to put the whole thing back.
That's so annoying.
It's fine. It's good.
You
have
forget
to
to
look
put it
for
back
every
and the
time.
next guy doesn't know how to get his life vest out.
I only do it on international flights. I don't do it on like every flight I'm on. Only on international flights because I want the fucking pocket.
I feel like I get irrationally angry. Like,
What are you putting in there?
Stuff. I got things. I
Other
got,
than
like-
your phone, what are you putting
That's
in there?
right. I don't want to leave my phone on the plane when I get off.
Put
It's
your
all this
phone
crap in there.
in your pocket.
Passport.
Put your passport in your bag.
I have the pocket. And it's free
That
and
you're
clear.
just
all
asking-
yours.
It's all mine,
By
Barb.
using the pocket, you're asking for trouble.
Nah. It's good. Got earphones,
yeah, I got headphones. I get my phone,
laptop.
bottle of water.
Yeah, it's a 12-hour flight, dude. Come on.
I get
I mean,
it.
I put my headphone.
it.
You're going to do it now. You're going to do it
Packet in
now.
there.
You're going to do it now.
No, I'm not taking that stuff out. I'm not an animal.
You know what I
You're
do
gonna do
hate
it.
though? When you put a
You can put
water
it back.
bottle in there.
What?
When you put a water bottle in there and it like for some reason pushes out 8 feet onto you.
Yeah.
I don't know why a water bottle takes up that much space.
It just ruins the illusion that you actually have any leg room whatsoever.
Yeah.
I had a guy do that. He put all his crap in my pocket.
No, see what?
Yeah.
That is
animal.
intolerable.
How did you not say
intolerable.
get your shit out of
Well,
here?
he was already sat there. Like I just sat down. I had double of everything. I was like, this guy's got empty pocket.
I
Son of
feel
a
like I get irrationally angry when I sit on a plane and there's like the previous passenger's boarding pass in the pocket.
Oh,
I
really?
don't know why. That drives me fucking crazy.
Got their name on it too.
I'm like, oh, I know who you are. I know where you came from.
Got your
What
freaking
What are you gonna
file.
do with that information?
I don't
though?
know. Nothing. Get mad at them in
Throw
my
it out.
head because they left trash there.
Well, I mean, the staff should have cleaned the plane. You'd hope.
Yeah.
You should say what I did to you at the hotel room that one
Yeah.
time.
So let me read you this real quick.
One on Twitter here says the next podcast we're gonna hear about how you're stuck in another country because you lost your passport and phone on a plane.
Listen, that's why I fucking put the stuff in the top is because I don't want to lose my passport and my other stuff.
How would that
Gabe_games
change it, though?
I don't know
_DS
why you
-1.
need your passport
This
on
is
you.
the same thing as the hotel. I want to look and go, there's the seat, there's the pocket, nothing.
You know where my passport is
Fuck
on a
off.
flight? It's in my bag above my head.
What if someone goes through your bag while you're asleep or steals your stuff?
No.
I mean, who
Well,
does
Didn't
that?
they do
I'm
that
not-
with your
I don't
seat
think
pocket
that.
as well?
It's a lot harder when it's right in front of you. I've been on flights where as I'm trying to get off the plane, someone has reached up and grabbed my bag out of the bin.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
then when I call them out, I'm like, hey, that's my bag. They're like, oh, sorry. They put it back and then don't grab another bag. Like they just get off the plane.
Really?
Yeah.
That must have happened once only.
It's happened once.
I still
but still,
can't
that's
believe
one time too many.
I still can't believe someone tried to steal Bethany's laptop at the airport that one time.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Are we
They,
like,
they said it was the person claimed it was a misunderstanding and they grabbed the wrong laptop at the security checkpoint.
Oh,
They
at
didn't
the
have a
security
laptop, though.
checkpoint.
Right. But then it's like, well, then where's your actual laptop? Right. It's like there's no other laptop. It's like
Right.
it was the
you just
person I
grabbed a
think ahead of
laptop.
her.
Well, that's
Right.
the confusion. I had a dude.
That's pretty fucked up.
But they took it and they had to look at security footage to find the woman in the airport.
Apparently
was
they
the
have
footage?
security cameras at airports.
Go fucking figure. At the security checkpoint, what? Oh, that's amazing.
I had a guy pull my bag off the conveyor belt after the X-ray machine, and I went through after him, and I saw my bag was already stood up. I was like, "Why is my bag already on?"
Was he doing you a favor?
He thought it was his bag, so I was like, "All right." So I just grabbed it, and he was like, "Hey!" And I was like, "It's my bag," and he was like, "Oh."
Any apology?
No, he just said, "Oh."
I don't know. People don't apologize for anything. It's amazing.
He's probably embarrassed.
Well, just said, oh, geez, I'm so sorry.
But I didn't want to have the interaction. I didn't want to say, "Did you pull my bag off?" So I just took it.
It's your
But
bag.
it was my bag, so I didn't
It's
feel
your
weird
bag.
about it.
See, I'm way too Canadian to do that. I would be like, sorry, I think you might have taken
But
my bag.
you're not sorry.
Because you did something to him.
Why are you saying sorry?
Because what if it is their bag? What if my bag
Whoa,
looks like
that
their
was
bag?
Bernie's first time ever on a podcast, apparently.
Take it easy.
Do you remember when you threw the phone out of the room?
It's just a beep. It wasn't a fucking ringing phone.
What?
It's one little beep.
What happened in your hotel room?
That's a chime. That's the airplane chime. That's what.
Why
No,
is that
it's
the
not.
sound?
I'm sorry I brought it up again.
I really want to know.
I'm sorry I
Why
brought it-
did they decide that specific sound is the chime?
Is it your specific airline?
Are you talking about the seatbelts on sign?
right.
What is the tune they play where it's like boo boo boo?
It's just like the two chime.
Yeah,
It's like
it reminds me of
That
yeah.
one.
Typically that's
That's
like
it.
that's like a call on the.
But there's
Yeah.
one where it does it twice, and it reminds me of Home Alone.
There's ones that signify like things to the flight attendants, to the pilot, or pilot
Right.
to those flight attendants that we
Dude.
don't have to know.
On my flight today, my light button on the remote
Yeah.
controlled the lights 2 rows behind me.
What?
I was
What?
just going like, beep,
That's
boop,
not
boop, boop.
good.
What are you doing?
Great. Nice sound effect there. YouTube, you clipped it completely. Piece of shit.
I don't think I told the story. I think I tweeted about this, but I didn't tell the story on the podcast.
Oh, she made the maid walk in on me shitting. That was the story.
Oh.
I was leaving my hotel room and I saw that I didn't have one of those like do not enter signs on my door, and I couldn't find it in the hotel room. So Gavin was staying in the room next to me, so I just took his off his door and put it on mine
Oh,
and
I
left.
remember this.
Yeah,
And,
and I thought I was safe to take a poo with the bathroom door open, being the only occupant of the room, and the woman walked in and saw me pooing, facing her. Like some bogs are off to the side. She just got a view of this. And
Oh my god.
and I literally shit myself.
What?
With surprise. And I, closed my legs up. You asshole.
On the way
You're gonna
back.
get me back for that someday, aren't you?
Yeah, we don't
a good
travel
move, Barb.
together.
Yeah, that's
so it's
true.
fine. I could blow the top off of this with just force.
No, God, no, please
Oh,
don't.
I bet you could.
Please don't. Please don't.
You're either gonna blow the bottom out or blow the top out.
I can't do it. I'm not strong enough. Do you think you are?
Don't. Please don't.
Not facing me, please.
Not on her face.
Semen is one thing. This is another.
I bet you could do it. I bet you could blow that out.
I bet you didn't even try. I bet you just made a grunting noise. It's gonna be super
No, I
easy
was
to
really
do it. Oh, it's hard.
Oh, God.
Oh man, it's so close. It's like bullet like
Don't,
Jiffy
don't,
Pop.
don't. Okay,
I love
okay.
it when people shake when they're trying to lift something up.
No.
It's gonna go.
Point it out.
Yeah, go on. You can do it.
Oh man.
We gotta get an angle of his face
Try
when
it.
he's doing
Try
that.
it, Barb.
I won't be able to.
It's funny if you both were fucking with her this whole time.
You do it again. I
No, Barb. No, but
want to see your face do it on camera.
Did you peel it at all?
No.
Right, get close up on his face.
We gotta get my hands out of frame so it looks even more perverted.
Oh yeah.
All right, ready? Here we go. Here we go. Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna bust a vein in my head. Wow, that is tough. God,
should do
that's
this
solid
while
as
we
a
read
rock.
those
Good job,
stories.
Harry's. Woo! All right.
that turned into a strangely great testimonial for the quality of their packaging. So when I was going down to
Oh, do it in your face. That'd be great. Sorry.
when I was going down to
I once was on a bus and I could hear a woman doing that, like hysterical screaming, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then this dude stumbled past her and like bashed his back on an ATM, and another guy swung an axe
Oh, what?
into the middle of the ATM
On a-
screen, like trying to kill the guy.
Holy
And
cow.
then someone else tackled him.
was
Did
this
you
at a
say- didn't you
bus
say you were on a
station?
bus?
I was on a bus just driving through a town.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I
and
thought
I
you
could
meant it
hear
was on the bus. I was
no,
like, why
I
is there
could
an
hear
ATM
her
on a bus?
screaming like through the windows of the closed bus. It's like,
Damn.
what is going on? It looked like something from a movie. I actually looked to see if I could see cameras, but it wasn't. It was just
Yeah,
some
who has
dude.
like an axe?
It was like a fire axe, like a massive axe. It was crazy.
That's crazy. That's absolutely fucking crazy.
The craziest thing I've ever seen like that is one time Jeff and I were at a bar. It was kind of a sketchy bar
crazy.
down in South Austin, and it was like this really shitty bar next to a liquor store. And we pulled in, there's like a parking lot, so we parked, going into the liquor store, and as we're getting up to the door of the bar, like
How long ago was this?
this was 15 years ago, maybe.
Was anybody else with you?
No.
Okay.
Like the door, like from the inside of the bar, the door like gets kicked open, and like these dudes come out and they're fighting, like like almost like a cartoon, right? Like rolling around on the ground, like fighting, like the dust kicking up, and then like they stand up and they're like staring at each other, and one of them's got like a chain,
Whoa.
in his hand, and like just starts spinning it. You're like, oh
Did
shit!
he find the chain on the ground when they were? Or did he come
I
out
think
with
he
it?
already had it, and the other
Wow.
guy like went in to grapple him to like keep him from like swinging it around, and we were like, yeah, we're not going in there.
No.
we just turned around, we just like walk right back to our car, like let's get the fuck out of here.
I don't think either one of these guys is like the Budweiser representative for the county who just happened to be in the liquor store. Get the fuck out.
yeah,
Places
so,
off the chain.
Yeah, but Jeff's Jeff had a significant other when we were younger who would fucking start fights. She would like on the street, like if somebody looked at her wrong, she would be like, "Hey, fuck you, asshole!" Like in the middle of 6th Street at like midnight.
And wouldn't Jeff have to be like, listen, dude?
That's awful. I mean, I honestly, I've never had to deal with that before.
no,
But yeah,
I would not want to deal with that.
no. That's
If I stamped on that stuff, do you think it would explode out the top?
Yes, it absolutely would.
Hey, let me try again.
No.
I feel like
I've got one more thing to read here.
I want to stamp on it before the end of the podcast.
I want to talk about Dead Rising 3. So excited
I
about
want
Dead
to
Rising
twist
3.
it.
All right. I want to remind everyone this episode of the podcast is
Where's
also
the
brought
thing?
to you by Trunk Club.